Hi, in this video, I'm going to walk you through what coming into physical reunion with your twin flame looks like. And keep in mind, this is one perspective. I'll share it from my own experience and what my clients have experienced. The process may be different for you because remember, everyone's journey is different and it's unique to your soul's blueprint, like what you're meant to experience on this journey. However, this is to give you an idea of what's happening, what things look like, how you feel as your twin flame re-enters your life. Hi, my name is 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩𝐚, and for 6 years, I've been assisting twin flames with overcoming the pain they feel on their journey, experience reunion, and stay there. I'll first start by saying, in order for a reunion to take place, the number one thing that I have noticed on this journey is to be truly honest with yourself. Truly honest with yourself about where you are, what thoughts you're having, your limiting beliefs, and all of this kind of stuff. And to really take a look at those. Because when you're in a space of, I don't know if this is going to really happen. I'm not sure if I really want this to happen. I don't even know if I really want this person. The experience we had was so horrible that I don't know if I want to go through this again, but I want to experience reunion. It really doesn't work this way. Just because your fears are mirrored by your twin flame, and they always are. Now, you might be like, all right, 𝐏𝐿, well, that's not fair. Believe me, I went through this. I was like, universe, it's not fair. Why can't things be done differently? Why can't you just understand me for where I'm coming from, right? But with the universe, it really doesn't work this way. There are the laws of the universe that are constantly at play, no matter what is happening, and that never changes. So when you have negative thoughts, negative feelings about yourself, about connection, about the opposite gender, for example, like you're a woman who fears men or a man who fears women, it doesn't have to be, gender specific, but I'm just sharing that with you as an example. It manifests in your twin flame connection, and it makes it really challenging for you to experience reunion because this person is mirroring those thoughts, and the universe is like behind the door watching you, behind a cracked open door watching you, and just delivers everything that you're telling yourself. Now, come to think of it, I have to back up a little bit and make a particular claim that I've noticed on this journey. And so in your mind, you may be like, all right, physical reunion. When are we going to enter physical union? When are we going to be a part of each other's lives? I hear my intuition tell me all kinds of things. It's telling me things that are going to happen in the future. I feel like they're coming in. I feel like things are meant to be a particular way, right? And so it feels like you're re-entering physical union. You're coming back into connection with one another, and the mind is making it this goal, right? Like this, it's going to look like this. I'll share with you a different perspective, one that I've come to know. It's that you've been in that process since you met your twin flame. Now, this might come as a shock to you, and I get it, but think about it, okay? So you meet this person, you go through the infamous bubble love phase, and then something happens and you and your person go your distant ways, and they come in and out of your life, and your life changes. You're no longer who you used to be. The people in your life begin to change. You're no longer enjoying the work that you've done. And now you feel like you're meant to be doing something else. Like you got to venture into something new. And your soul keeps guiding you back towards this person. You keep hearing them, like the list goes on and on and on. All right. You know it. If you've experienced it, you know the things that happen on this journey. So how is it that the experience is so similar to thousands of people out there? Like literally, if you talk to someone who's on a journey, you're going to find out how similar a lot of these experiences are. And it's because when you met your twin, this was the start of it. This was the start of you coming into union with yourself, experiencing inner union, letting go of egoic beliefs, tendencies, and so forth, going through the dark night of the soul, coming closer to the truth, coming into alignment with what's true to you, what's true on your journey. You're experiencing awakenings, different levels of it, and so forth. The meeting of your twin flame sparked major changes in your life. And these changes bring you closer and closer to yourself, to experiencing, like I mentioned, that inner union, connection with the universe, connection with God, etc. And each time this person re-entered your life, it was an opportunity for you to become more and more balanced within, to bring your energy inward, to trust your intuition, to trust the unfolding of the connection. So I get it. You might be like, it's exhausting, 𝐿. Why do I have to keep experiencing this, some sort of reunion, or them coming into my physical space and so on? So what I can say to this is, yes, it feels unfair. Who wants that, right? However, your soul came here for a purpose. A lot of the experiences you have in the physical as a human being were predetermined before you were incarnated. And now the mind doesn't remember. And the mind, in my perspective, is created to help you, to assist your healing, to help you to let go of everything that isn't in resonance of your soul, so that you're ascending higher and higher on this journey. This journey is about you. And how else are you able to really see yourself unless you meet your mirror soul? And this is what your twin flame serves for you. And anything else your twin flame is meant to be, your intuition tells you. So if you're wondering whether you're meant to be with this person or not, this is an inner knowing, okay? No one online should be telling you that you have to be with them or you don't have to be with them. This is something that you experience from within. All right, so let's move into what reunion looks like. Okay, what facilitates that physical union, I should say. I did mention it started when you first met this person, but what it really looks like when your twin flame is coming into your physical space and is actually going to stay there. What happened with myself and a lot of my clients is that we go through a moment of just feeling really joyful, just feeling happy, having that inner peace within ourselves. For myself, every time my twin came back in, it was at a time where I wasn't thinking about reunion. I wasn't focusing on it. And I was just really happy with the things that were going on in my life. And this is what happens to my clients who experience reunion, is that they are in a space of, it's okay no matter which way this goes. They're not holding on to any idea of what reunion will look like, when it will unfold, what will happen, or anything like that. They just simply come into a space of, I just know it will. And I don't have to worry about it because my intuition has said so. Matter of fact, I'm not even thinking about it. And a lot of times I get a reaction like, it just is, and so on, okay? And do you have to completely be in that space? I don't think you do, because I'll share that with you in a little bit. What happened to me further along down the line after the universe came in and did all kinds of stuff. I say it like that because it was not an easy ride and that kind of stuff with the universe. And so you don't have to be in that space. But what I noticed that happens is this overall just feeling zen, just feeling at peace, not wanting to make something of anything, and really just being present and experiencing life. So that is a common theme. Is it about, I was thinking about my twin, I wasn't thinking about my twin, or anything like that? It wasn't that, but it was more about energy and just feeling calm and relaxed and at peace, and really just at one with everything. So that was my observation. And so for myself, I experienced that about a couple of times. But then the major event happened where the universe really got involved and was like, okay, you guys really need to move things along. And I was put through so many series of events that led me to reestablish the obsessive thinking, nervousness, go through fear, to experience that and everything in the connection. It was like all that I forgot about came to the surface. And then I became really panicky and worried. And you can say that's when the mind took over. Ego became really strong. And I found myself just really angry and things like that with the journey, with the experiences that I was going through and so forth. And this is part of the reunion process, which I will go into in the next video, that you really don't hear about. A lot of you have gone through that, where your twin flame comes in and there's so much anger, so much rage and lack of trust and fear and things like that in the connection. And you're like, I'm shocked. Why am I going through these things? And it really is because if these things were not healed and processed before you and your twin flame went your different ways, as you come in together, all of this is going to come out, because this is what the connection is doing. It's the intention of the connection. And I have to rephrase that, because when you're in that moment, it's hard to see that. When I was in that moment, I threw the towel in and I said, universe, I'm not going through this. I don't put myself through these experiences. You're having me do all kinds of stuff that I would never choose to do. And I remember thinking, if I get rejected one more time by my twin, I'm throwing in the towel. And that's exactly what happened. And for 2 months after that, I was literally crying, dove into my work and said, you know what, forget all of this. And during that time, I didn't know this was actually a part of the process. Things went on like this until I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to be completely honest with myself. And I was trying to figure things out. My intuition was there. The universe was guiding me. So I was doing everything that I felt was necessary to do. And of course, when the inner guidance comes in, I'm like, all right, I'm listening to you. I'm following everything that's being said, but nothing was really working. And it was for this very particular reason, because I wasn't honest with myself. I was still afraid of the connection. I was still afraid of the future. I didn't fully trust my intuition. Fear was still a big part of everything. Feeling rejected was huge. Like, is this real? Am I making things up? Is he really my person? And all of this kind of stuff was still there. So I said to the universe, this is it. I have to confront these, because they're not going away. And this is one of the methods I teach my client who still holds on to pain and fear and anger and so forth. I'm like, you know what? This is your chance to release that. And we work on releasing these from within, transcending these emotions and so forth. And it worked. So when that happened, I was finally able to move into a space of peace. And my clients were able to do that too. Some of my clients will say, I don't know if I can do that because I don't want to manifest something different than what I really want to experience. And I'm like, you know what? I get that fear. And I went through all of that, but I promise you, when you face it head on, it will leave you. And so we walk through that process, and the transformation really did not take much time. And a lot of times I hear, you know what, 𝐼𝐻𝑚, it worked. Thank you so much. Like, I don't have fear within this connection anymore. And so once the fear subsides and a person begins to feel confident in the connection and their intuition, and they're trusting everything that's unfolding, this is that next part, is to be patient. Okay? Very, very important. So a lot of times we get into this space like, it's not moving fast enough. I don't see it. I need it since yesterday. Again, the mind. Once it's done a certain way, it needs to look like this, feel like this, act like this, walk like this since yesterday or last year. That's not going to work here. So that very next step is to stay patient while focusing on yourself, continuing to do that, to be in a space. I call it it's like being sedentary, but you're not really being sedentary while your twin flame is shifting and moving inward and moving closer and closer to you. or it may be that you and this person are actually moving closer and closer to each other. And the other way I've explained this is that there's a veil between you and this person, because you are in union, you are together, it is happening, you just can't see it. And so this veil thins out, thins out, thins out until it's not there. And you're both in each other's physical space to where you can see that. And usually when you've been healing and energetically you're feeling better, you're feeling present and connected with yourself, your twin flame returns in that same way, in a higher version of themselves, because you're in a higher version of yourself. It's not always this way though, which I will explain to you in that next video. And so this has been my observation for the reunion process, is that you're no longer having fear in your connection. You're being present with yourself, with nature, with life, and you're not worried about your connection, because it can go either way for you, or that you're fully trusting your intuition and you're leaving everything else up to the universe. All right, thanks for watching. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you in the next video.